wonderful viewers. It's been a while, right? But don't worry. I welcome you back to this wonderful show, Measures of Life on Golden Eye Films TV. And on this show, we talk about issues that is affecting the nation negatively, and also we try to motivate and encourage ourselves. So please, if today is the first time, kindly subscribe for more videos. Today we are going to look at whether Ghana should go on lockdown again. We all know COVID-19 is now the top news in the whole world, not in Ghana here. And so we want to know if it's the best idea or should Ghana go on lockdown again. And today I have a very wonderful man here. He's the executive producer for Golden Eye Films TV. He is a producer and also a script writer, very good script writer. Please, his name is Mr. Adams. Stay tuned. Hi, Mr. Adams.
Yes, Nadia.
How is everything?
Everything is fine.
I'm also fine, by the grace.
Thank God.
Alright,
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. You know, I've been busy for some time now.
I know about that.
Okay. Alright. So today we are looking at COVID-19. Should Ghana go on lockdown again? We all know COVID-19 is now the top news in the world. And so I'll go with, we all know the only news in the world right now is COVID-19. And it's the most topic discussed. What can you say about that?
Yes, the reason why we have to keep talking about COVID-19 is that it has refused to leave. And once it has refused to leave us, we have to find a remedy. We have to find a way to curb this pandemic. That is the only solution now because it has refused. The word is just, it has refused to go. So once it has refused to go, then the world have to strategize and think of what to do. The world leaders have to come together and say, oh, this is a very big challenge. And what are we? What are we paying what are we using our tax money for? We pay this our leaders to protect us. Are you getting the point? We pay them heavy salary to protect us. So if there's something that is worrying us, there's a sickness out there that is worrying, it is their responsibility. That is why we have them as our leaders. So they have to find a way. It is not negotiable. They must find a way to solve it.
But why has this particular disease refused to leave?
Yes, you see, even if you want to, somebody who is into the Bible or into the Quran, even Jesus Christ said that in the last days, things like this will happen. So, me in particular, I'm not surprised. But the way this thing comes and goes and it's like it is something very, very serious. It's a very serious matter because when something is attacking you from all angles, you see, you can only defend yourself when you see the opposing opponent coming straight at you. But this is a sickness that is coming from all angles. The whole world. Where are you running to?
Yes.
That is the point.
Okay, so Mr. Adams, you're always in the market stations, lorry stations, looking out if these people are abiding by the protocols.
Yes.
What have you observed so far?
Yes, you see people. The most important thing is that people fear death. You see, anything that has to do with death, people fear. Unless they don't know that this can kill them. But once they know that this can kill them, they will obey them. Even donkeys. Donkeys are all obeying the protocols. I saw a madman the other day wearing a mask.
Wow.
This is the only sickness that the whole world, everybody is obeying, even the mad people. Okay,
I see.
I pass Amasama Market every day, and even when I go to Pukwasi too, I try to go to the lorry stations and then see what is going on. People are obeying. They are protecting themselves, not because of what government is saying, because people fear death, and you don't need to tell somebody that, look, this one will kill you before the person protects himself. Once he knows that this one can kill him, he protects himself. So after the wearing of the mask, sanitizing the rest, they are doing it. I can see a lot of the market women who are wearing the masks, the food vendors.
Yeah.
the shop attendants, everybody is wearing the mask. After that one, I give them thumbs up.
Okay. So, do you think wearing of masks, sanitizing and washing our hands, as in those protocols, do you think that is enough for us to reduce this virus?
It is a very big question as to
Yes.
whether that is enough. And I don't think it is enough. The fact of the matter is that for the past 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, or the past 1 month, the recent one,
Yeah.
we all realized that we wanted to, everybody started wearing the mask, but we still have new cases coming up. We still have new cases coming up every day. So where is it coming from? People are wearing their masks, people are sanitizing, people are doing social distance, and yet we are still having new cases. Where is it coming from? So I personally think that the wearing of masks, sanitizing, and social distance is not enough. Government has to find another way by which we can minimize this spread.
Yes. So, from your own view,
Yes.
or your own, what do you think can also be done to reduce the virus?
Yes. This is because it's a very serious question. It's a very big question too. The question is this: the protocols are there. The experts, the medical doctors, the scientists. This is what they say we should do,
Okay.
and we are doing it.
And yet,
And yet we still have this virus around. It means that they have not done enough.
okay.
Okay? Me sitting here cannot, I'm not a scientist. I'm not a medical doctor. They have to find a way the virus transmits. If there's another way that they have not detected yet, then they have to find out. Because you said we should do this, we are doing it, we should do that, we are doing that. Though other few people are not doing it. But the majority of people who are in town, I've seen everybody wearing the mask.
Sure.
So if this sickness is still spreading, then what is it? It means that the scientists, the medical doctors, and those people, they have not yet, there's another place, loophole, that they have not detected. That is also causing the spread of the virus.
But you see, Mr. Adams, truck drivers are still loading us in full bus, despite the situation we are in right now. Why is it like that?
Yes, I don't know whether the loading of full capacity, the law that was there before we came out of lockdown, is still there or it's not there. I don't know. But we can see that people are, the throttle stations, they are still loading people to full capacity,
Yes.
which is wrong. Once you come back and say, okay, the disease is with us, we have to still go to the protocols. The protocol that we have, they shouldn't take any of the protocols out. Fine. At that time, they were saying that the throttle, the ones should take 2-2.
Okay.
Are you getting the point? 2-2, and then the bigger ones were taking 3-3. You see, for social distancing. Now, they are all taking full capacity, and we said we are practicing COVID-19 protocols. I've not seen the government coming out to say that throttle stations will continue to take full capacity.
He came.
And said
Yes.
they should take full capacity.
Yes, because they were complaining that even though they are not taking the full capacity, they've not reduced the fare, so it was affecting the drivers when it comes to financial.
So are we saying that because of money, somebody's gains, we should allow people to die?
But you know, Ghanaians.
No, the government have to find a way. If you have to
the fare,
make money available and support this.
So right now, the fault is not from the truck drivers.
It's from the government. Government should subsidize it. If the government should come out and say that, look, all drivers, I want you to take 2-2. The one person eat that is supposed to be in the car, I will take care of it. The only way he can do that is to subsidize fuel. Are you getting the point?
Yes, sir.
Because you can't tell me that because of money, somebody gains, people should die. They are packing people every day. Are you getting the point? So where are we heading to?
Yes.
We are saying that we want to find a way to stop this spread of the sickness, and we have identified a particular point where maybe inside the throttle, because people are overcrowded.
Yeah.
Inside the throttle, look at how the heat is, and I've even heard that this sickness and the heat doesn't go together.
It doesn't go together.
Are you getting the point? So if you have made these people overcrowded inside the buses and so on, and it is because of money, then you, the government, because people, they have sent money to you.
Sure.
Are you getting the point? The World Bank is helping all the countries that has COVID-19 cases. So what are you doing with that money? Use that money to subsidize the fuel, so that if they reduce the prices of fuel, then they can take the tutu. That is what I'm saying. So the government should wake up and do something and stop telling me that they are not getting it. If they die, even the truck driver themselves, won't they die? If they get it, won't they die? And they are there talking about their pockets.
All right, so Mr. Dams, is the monitoring team for this COVID-19, do you think they are doing their job well to make sure that these protocols are being observed?
Yes, I think they are not, whether they are they are visible or they are not visible. I don't know.
Okay, but who are these people?
No, I've heard that government has set up a monitoring team to go around all the schools.
Okay.
To make sure that students and teachers are following these protocols. And I hope, they said they are doing it, but they've even conducted some tests at some particular schools as to whether the results are out or not. We don't know yet. But what I know is that there's a team that is supposed to go out. As to whether they are, I'm not in the school, I'm not a teacher. Whether they come or they don't come, I don't know. But government should update us. The COVID-19 tests that they have conducted on some of the schools, in some of the schools, what is the results? Has any student been tested positive or not? They have to let us know. And then from there they can take a decision. That is it.
All right. So I heard that some of these students has been tested positive, as you are saying.
Yes.
The results was out, all right.
Okay.
But it seems they didn't mention the name of the school.
Yes, for security reasons or whatever it is, they have not.
They should have mentioned, so that if your child or your ward is there, you know what to do.
Yes, I think I listened to one TV station and I heard that they mentioned some names, but I can't remember some of the schools. But they mentioned some schools where some students were tested positive. Fine. Now these are students. Before they were tested, they were among their colleagues.
Sure.
They were among their teachers.
Yes.
Is that school going to be closed down?
Yes.
The school have to close down. Because even in Britain, where they have this, how will I put it? They are more advanced than us when it comes to everything. Even the football teams, when a player is tested positive, 2 or 3 or 4, they don't play their matches. They postpone it.
Okay.
Are you getting the point? So if they are detected that this particular school has it, they have to close the school down for some time, and then isolate those students, and test the whole school to make sure that if those who have the virus, they can identify the tracing, the contact tracing. They will trace the people that they have get in contact with, and they also isolate those people. This is what they should do. But if they are afraid to mention the school's names and who knows?
Who knows?
It can even be within your house, but you don't know. So what we are saying is that government should also make sure that the schools where the students have tested positive, you have to mention them and then let parents make an informed decision.
Okay. So, Mr. Adams, finally, should the government impose lockdown again since the cases keeps rising in the country?
You see, we are in the middle of a very big, the deep sea. That is how I see the whole world, or in Ghana in particular. We are in the middle of a deep sea. And when you are in the middle of a place where going forward is difficult, coming backwards is difficult, what do? You only pray. Now, going back to lockdown, it doesn't make sense to me. But looking at the long run, I think we will get there when we will have no choice. Okay. I'm telling you, we'll get to a point where we don't have a choice. But government has to. If it continues the way it is going, then government has no choice. Because you can't have sick people roaming around everywhere. Yes. Everybody who has this virus is a sickler. You can't have sick people roaming everywhere. It is very dangerous. So it will get to a stage when the figures are coming up and the cases are rising. Government has no choice than it is better if you are sick and you are at one place. It's better than leaving sick people to be roaming all over the country. Those people who are 70% of them are COVID-19 patients and they are all moving around. It will be difficult. So let's pray that the vaccine will come very soon. And then let's pray that it will be able to help us to stop, because it has reduced before.
Okay.
And it was preparing itself to counter-attack again. It has attacked now. So the world leaders also have to sit down and say, okay, if you have gone and re-strategized and you are back, we are also going to steady you and also fight back. I think that is the only way out.
Okay, so Mr. You made mention of the Vaseline.
Yeah,
I think
Vaseline.
our next topic we talk about the Vaseline.
Yes.
Should we accept this Vaseline?
No, the vaccine is. Let's forget about what people are saying that it is a trap. They are
So do you think you should forget it?
No, but if we want to think like that the vaccine. Somebody sent me a video where a voice video audio where the person was saying that this COVID-19 is a plant is some antenna that they have planted and it has backfired, and that is why the heat is causing this virus. And for that matter, they are trying to get the vaccine. When they come, they will tell you that we are doing testing and we are giving vaccine to everybody. Then when you take, it means that you cannot get contracted by the virus. It means that when they give you that thing and you take, then they will now be monitoring your life. It means that whatever you do, somebody will be will be using. You will now become like a robot.
Okay, Mr. Adams. Our next episode we will talk about this. Vaseline.
Sure.
Vaseline.
Okay.
Because to me, personally, I don't think we Ghanaians we need that Vaseline. But we will come on that.
No problem.
Okay?
No problem.
Thank you very much,
Next time
Mr.
I'll be
Adams.
waiting.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Alright, so viewers, thank you also for your time. Thank you for being patient with us. As I told you, this channel is to encourage and also discuss or talk about issues that is affecting the nation negatively, to be precise. And today, we've learned that COVID-19 is still in our midst. So please, let's help to protect each and everyone, your family, and the whole country. I love you, Ghana love you, and your family also needs you. Don't forget to subscribe and then on the notification icon for more videos. Thank you, and see you in our next episode. Bye.